Good evening. What you need to know: appeal court upholds conviction, sentence against Toronto police officer in Sammy Yatim case. Story continues below. Advertisement: the Ontario Court of Appeal has unanimously upheld an attempted murder conviction and 6-year prison sentence against James Forcillo, a Toronto police officer who shot and killed an 18-year-old mentally ill man in a streetcar. Netanyahu says Iran lied about not pursuing nuclear weapons. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Iran had lied about never having pursued nuclear weapons and had continued to preserve and expand its nuclear weapons knowledge even after signing a 2015 deal with global powers. Ottawa says carbon levies could cut emissions equal to shutting 20 coal-fired plants by 2022. The Liberal government defended its carbon pricing plan Monday, with an analysis that concludes the federal and provincial levies would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 90 megatons by 2022, the equivalent of shutting down more than 20 coal-fired power plants. Toronto restaurant ordered to pay $10,000 after asking black customers to prepay for their meal in 2014. Emil Wickham went to Hong Sheng Chinese restaurant, in Toronto's Chinatown. After the server took their order, the group was told they would need to pay for their meals before receiving them. The server explained this was restaurant policy and they obliged. Story continues below. Advertisement: but Mr. Wickham was unsettled by this. Realizing he and his companions were the only black people in the restaurant, he approached other diners to ask if they'd been required to prepay and all said no. Lou Lamoriello will not return as Maple Leafs GM next season. 3 years ago, Lou and I agreed on a contract that would see him serve as general manager of the Maple Leafs for 3 years and then transition to senior advisor for the following 4 years, said team president Brendan Shanahan. This morning I informed Lou that I was not going to deviate from that course of action. This is the Daily Evening Update newsletter. If you're reading this online, or if someone forwarded this email to you, you can sign up for Evening Update and all Globe newsletters here. Have feedback? Let us know what you think. Heads up, we have a new newsletter called Amplify. It will inspire and challenge our readers while highlighting the voices, opinions and insights of women at the Globe and Mail. Amplify will land in your inbox every Saturday morning, with a different guest editor each week, a woman who works at the Globe, highlighting a topic of the author's choice. Sign up today. Market Watch story continues below. Advertisement: Canada's main stock index fell, weighed by declines for the financial and materials groups, as the market reopened after an outage halted trading for several hours on Friday afternoon. The Toronto Stock Exchange's equity market, top tech names including Microsoft Corp. were among the biggest weights on the S. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 147.49 points to 24,163.7. The S. Got a news tip that you'd like us to look into? Email us at tips@globeandmail.com. Need to share documents securely? Reach out via SecureDrop. What's trending on social? Grade 8 math scores improve across Canada over 6-year period, except in Ontario. Report finds some parents have been appealing to the Ministries of Education to take a back-to-basics approach to teaching math, emphasizing repetition and drills over problem-solving. Talking points: we shouldn't blame toxic masculinity for Toronto's van attack. A glimpse into the hidden depths of the internet can offer startling revelations about humanity. As this story continues to unfold, we should condemn the attack for what it is: horrifying and misogynistic. But if we truly want to end violence against women, we must not demonize men and masculinity in a bid to make sense of the senseless. Deborah SOH. China, the United States and the high stakes ahead. After 6 centuries of expanding freedom and technological development since the Renaissance, the West has weakened and provoked counterforces both within and beyond its borders. As it relinquishes its role as leader of an inclusive world order, drastic changes will test every country in the years ahead. William A. McDonald. Besieged at home, Trump could win away. Trump may find himself in a similar predicament in 2020 that Richard Nixon faced in 1972, with the difference that his impeachment may already have started before he is up for re-election. Inflation will be up by then, but the Democrats will nominate a progressive candidate. Mr. Trump will have no choice but to campaign on foreign policy. He will have lost at home. But with a little bit of dragon energy and Pokémon superpower, he could still win on away goals. Niall Ferguson. For subscribers, living better. How a DeMar DeRozan tweet sparked a mental health dialogue in sports. What started out as DeMar DeRozan's 7-word tweet during the NBA All-Star Game weekend, "This depression get the best of me," has kick-started a dialogue across North America about mental health and athletes. Long reads for a long commute. Tales from the Toronto van attack, the minutes that forever link the victims and bystanders just before 1:30 p.m. On April 23, a white van started moving south on Young, just north of Finch Avenue. When it came to rest 7 minutes later, 10 people were dead and 16 more hurt. Scores more witnessed the carnage. In the days after the attack, Globe and Mail reporters interviewed dozens of witnesses, as well as family members, friends and colleagues of the victims to tell the story of what happened that day. Playoffs. The Toronto Raptors continue their postseason push Tuesday night when they host familiar playoff foe LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. After losing to the Cavaliers the last 2 seasons, Rachel Brady asks the question everyone wants the answer to: are these newfangled Raptors able to knock off the Cavaliers in this second-round series? Evening Update is written by Josh Hargraves and Omer Quadri. If you'd like to receive this newsletter by email every weekday evening, go be scribe, title equals, class equals, target equals, _blank greater than here to sign up. If you have any feedback, send us a note.